Welcome to the Leblockcast, the podcast where I'm always wrong.
Yeah.
Good start. Good start. I like this. I like this.
Or I'm proved I'm always wrong. I'm your host, James, also always joined by my helpful and informative co-hosts, Luke Belsner and Zach Feldenberg.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Guys, hockey's back.
Yeah, we are a little bit behind the eight ball on recording an episode, but hockey is back, and God bless for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both our teams are good too.
Yeah, but looking real sharp. Hockey's back when Sens fans are chirping Habs fans in the concourse at the CTC.
Yeah, that's fair.
We were in a set. We were in against Arizona, and this dude comes in. This dude has the leather jacket, like the red, 24 Stanley Cup champions, all on the back, red jacket, all pumped up, Hab fan. They're not even playing, and all you hear is the collective group from the up. Get the fuck out of here! Fuck you!
Just slightly aggressive. I love it.
It's a good time. It's a good time to be a hockey fan, and I think both of our teams coming out going by this time in the season, I'm like, season's over, pack it in, boys. Just let's hope for a good draft position. But no, it's different this year. It's nice.
Yeah, a lot of years at this point we're kind of like, I like that Slavkovsky guy. That's what we're thinking of normally at this time last year. But I'm pretty sure the Sens are 4-2, Wings are 3-0-2. We don't have to look at the score of the Wings game tonight. We'll just go with 3-0-2.
They're not playing tonight.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not a game. We're just
There's
not going to
no game on.
Not going to really talk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's a good season, and I mean, not even just in the fact of they're starting okay. Both teams just look good. It's good hockey, and that's I would say new. I think it's consistent is his biggest thing right now. Our teams have both been pretty consistent. I mean, James's team has beat I'm pretty sure tops of both the East and West now within Dallas and Boston the last few games.
Yep.
Detroit's had an easier schedule, but 3-0-2 it's a fantastic start. So I don't think either of us are complaining. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the Sens too usually is that they usually tend to start really slow. Like all their starts are usually awful. And the fact that they've started pretty well this year.
It's funny because we usually win the first game of the year. We usually win the opener, and then we win the home opener, and then we just fall to shit. And then it's weird because I remember 0-2. I'm like, bro, this team's it's done. It's done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm leaving. And then and then you go to the homestand, and then you could see Ottawa's averaging I think it's 5 goals at home. Last I saw.
Well, I decided I was like, hey, I should really actually bear down and watch some Sens games. So I'm actually, prepared for when I come on the podcast, and I'm not just, kind of in the sand. But I decided the game that I would watch was the Boston versus Ottawa game. And that was just fucking chaos. I don't actually think I learned anything that game of that guy really stood out because it was just boom, 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 boom. I was like, what the fuck is this? 7-5. I was like, really, man?
Defenseless hockey.
I think I realized how good Shane Pinto is, but I think I was just like, what the fuck, man? I gotta find a calmer game. I was trying to find Sanderson. I'm like, all right, 85. What the fuck is that? The fuck, Chuck just scored again. What?
We just got to our seats, and I had a full beer, and I still half my beer spilled out onto the people in front of and they didn't
man.
It didn't say anything. I'm like, maybe they just didn't notice it. We'll just
they didn't notice that totally they had beer on their head. They were like, is my hair usually this wet?
New moisture, I think.
I must be sweating.
Babe, you smell like twisted tea. What's going on there? It's
funny.
No, but no, I watched a few of the Wings games. I did see the LA wing. I did see the LA one. They won the game. I'll say that, but they do look a lot better. They do look a lot better than they have last year. I will admit that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of it right now is that we just have more scoring. I mean, just straight up. I mean, Kubalik leads us in points now with tonight. He has 9 points in 6 games. Perron has 4 goals and an assist. Mata, for whatever reason, has 5 points, which doesn't really make sense. But hey, cool with me. Cop has been so far the lowest scoring of our free agent guys, but that's because he missed the whole preseason. He's going to take he didn't do anything in training camp, anything in preseason. I'm not that shocked that he's been a slow starter, but he'll be fine. He's still been great on our PK, which has started off damn near perfect now. Sherratt's been good too. Husso's probably going to be the starter for us this year. I mean, with tonight's game too, I would be shocked if Husso's not in net Thursday. He's looked very good. He obviously had a shutout game 1 and then let in 1 goal against the Ducks for a shot, and then just, I think, saved 30 some shots after that, 32.
Yeah.
I think he was 32 for 33. They've just looked good overall. I mean, depth scoring has always been an issue for us. I mean, like past Raymond, Larkin, Bertuzzi has been bad, and of course we're already without Bertuzzi and Verana, but we're still doing okay.
Since we're just talking about our teams, I might as well just get into it.
Yeah, cool.
I would say, what have we liked so far about the Wings? Like, I think we may almost covered it though, but
I think Luke said it was the depth scoring. I think that's really what's been most enjoyable at the Wings, is that any line can score. In the past, you were like, okay, Larkin's on, we have a chance of scoring. Oh, Franz Nielsen's on. Yep, no goals are coming on this line. Oh, Valtteri Filppula's on. No goals are coming in on this line. Now you're looking at it and you're like, man, we have a ton of really good lines. Like that big line is, it's nice.
The Redwoods.
That line can fly. That the Kubalik line, any line Kubalik's on, he's a blast to watch. We also have players that are out right now, and the fact that we're scoring at a decent rate with 2 of our best forwards out is super impressive. Like you wouldn't expect that from the Red Wings in years past, and this year you almost come to expect it, right? With the amount of depth that we brought in, and Perron has been a breath of fresh air. He just never really makes a mistake. He's always in the right spot, making the right pass, and he has a beautiful shot, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's been overall a difference. I think, depth scoring has been huge. Really our schemes have been completely different. Obviously that happens when you have a different head coach. Really my probably favorite thing is probably just the overall scheme that we've been running, especially in the PK. Last year our PK was so scared, you'd play a box, but it was like you never pressured a point, you never overextended, you never did this, that, and the other thing, right? But this year it's like, hey, the guy has at the point, force him one way or the other, and then your other players feed off of that, and you just can clear the puck because they're too scared, they can't move enough, right? Offensive zone pressure has been good. They kind of just maintain across the boards until you make a mistake, and it's very viable to make a mistake. I mean, when you got basically they'll play at the half boards and just guys just boom, 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 crossing. So somebody's going to get tripped up and open up the middle, and we've gotten goals off of it. I know Kubalik's gotten a few off of it. Larkin got 1 off of it the other night. And they've just looked good overall. I mean, all facets. I mean, the D-court's obviously brand new and it's been fine. Depth scoring, goaltending, they're both battling with each other. So, I mean, good start 3-0-2 with your goaltending being sometimes a pretty big factor within that.
The Red Wings are tied for the best penalty kill in the league right now. I know that. They've not allowed a power play goal.
Unfortunately fortunately against Jersey.
I mean, we haven't.
There's
no game going.
Yeah, no game tonight. My bad. Yeah, I mean, other than tonight, we've been perfect, and it's pretty expected to let up a power play goal.
I guess the NHL app just lied to me. NHL app is lying to me then.
I don't believe they've updated from the current game.
From an outsider perspective, I've really liked Elmer Soderblom. I think he's looked really good from the games that I've seen him play and from the highlights that I've seen as well. Though, like I said, it looks like a different team. Like you said, not playing scared on the penalty kill is a real plus. And the scheme, like you also said, very different. And it's good to see him playing. I would say it looks more like it's a more spread out scheme than Blashill used to run, for sure.
Yeah, Blashill kind of had a defensive minded scheme, but it just never even translated to defense, which is so weird to say because the penalty kill was kind of don't allow for space, kind of limit them to the outside. but we had the worst penalty kill, right?
Yeah.
Our offensive attack was dump and, prioritize defense first. We were, I think, one of the worst teams in goal differential. We scored Arizona scored 10 against us last year, right? I mean, LA's scored the most against us, which is 5, and that game went to a 5-4 overtime. So it's not like we played particularly bad that game, and we had 2 goals against us go off of our own guys. So puck luck was a big factor within 5 goals against. Otherwise, I think the highest we've allowed is 4, which is against Chicago. No, I mean, with good offense, with good pressure becomes good defense. So it's all worked out for us, really.
You mentioned the defense being a big difference with the how we used to play defensive hockey, but it wasn't we didn't have a good defensive record. I don't think we were playing defensive. We were just playing passive. It felt like Blashill would send the guys out there like, hey guys, just like don't make a mistake. Try not to make a mistake. And,
yeah, exactly.
And maybe we have a chance to win. But now it's like you guys can make a mistake. But if you make a mistake, you work your ass off to get that puck back, and we keep the pressure in the zone. That's like, it feels like the players actually have confidence from their coach now. Blashill seemed to be like pretty afraid of the personnel he had, which I mean was fair considering the players he had through his career.
We didn't have depth, no doubt. But
yeah, but
either way, you gotta make something work.
And you gotta give the players confidence. If they don't think the coach believes in them, like, what do you really expect from them? Do you expect them to go out there and work their ass off every shift? No, they're playing scared. And that's what was happening. And now, Lalonde, totally different team.
I agree.
Yeah, like a new coach brings new life to any team. It could be good or it could be bad. And it looks like it's working in a positive way because it looks like Blashill overstayed his welcome. And I think you've mentioned that so many times last year. Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say Blashill overstayed his welcome. And to the argument of like he didn't have good players is right. He didn't have good players, but like kind of Zach mentions is like nobody was ever given a chance to succeed really unless you were playing with Dylan Larkin. Every other line was, prioritize dump and chase. There was no other scheme. Larkin, sometimes Zadina would carry in the zone. That was great. And sometimes stuff happened off that. But Larkin was really the only one that otherwise would carry in the zone. So our schemes were just so built for wait for them to fuck up. And if you guys fuck up, then fuck you. That was basically the scheme. And it didn't work, obviously. And here we are with a new scheme. And oh, wow, 3-0-2. Weird, right? So, that's enough about the Wings. We'll talk about the Sens, who are also off to an obvious hot start. We've already said that. I'm not gonna lie. I was worried about the Sens when you kind of start 0-2 with, all the shiny new ads in the offseason. You're like, but 4 straight and 2 coming against the biggest competition in the league right now. James, how do you like your Sens this year?
Success is weird. Like I don't like it feels like weird. Like it feels like it's not real still. But I've like the first 2 games, I think we're still a young team and like there's still pieces that are adjusting. So like you get the jitters or the shakes. But then once you come home and that home crowd, oh my God, that home crowd was unreal. But they looked really good at home. The biggest thing was defense. And I think the defense has played like exceeded my expectations like by far. Like it's funny when you take Zaitsev out of the lineup, how defense suddenly starts to become better, But
we're take that bad player out and you're not bad.
Yeah, like I think our third line might be the best third line in the league. Like, they've looked spectacular. The Joseph Pinto Mott line looks great. Like Tyler Mott's point per game. I don't think I would ever say that ever. It's
I was
weird.
honestly confused in the offseason. You were hyping up Mott a lot, and I was like, he's just Tyler fucking Mott, but he's been good. I mean, like you said, what Pinto has, I think 5 goals, right?
Yeah, Pinto has 5 straight goals.
When you talked about Mott, it was like, Mott's just a guy, man.
Yeah, you were like so hype over him in the preseason. I was like, it's just Tyler Mott. Like I think you know what to expect there. But I guess I'll eat shit, honestly. I think I deserve that.
I'll take the L there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mott's been good. Joseph has literally like he's had so many highlight saves on him. Like he can't bury one. But and the biggest complaint was DeBrincat hasn't scored yet. DeBrincat's off to a slow start. DeBrincat has 6 points in 6 games.
I think the issue just with DeBrincat is that isn't his one goal, right? If he has one goal, still an empty netter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is what you're. It's great that he's getting assists, but that's also just because there's been a fucking lot of goals going on for Ottawa overall. But either way, I think you do need more goal scoring from DeBrincat, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come.
It's gonna come. You get the new environment, like the whole transition, the new offense. And the thing is, I think DJ Smith, this is the one thing that Sens fans disagree on, is like it's 50-50 on DJ Smith. Some people love DJ Smith, some people don't like DJ Smith. I'm more of a swing voter. Like I go back and forth.
Mhm.
But because we still use the dump and chase, which it works some games, it doesn't work other games, but I think he's not using DeBrincat correctly, but still, you're gonna put up if you put up 5 goals a game, you're probably gonna win the game. Like
You're
9
probably
times
doing
out of
something
10.
right.
Mm-hmm. Forsberg's looked fantastic. Magnus Hellberg last night was spectacular.
Yeah, fun stat for you. Did you hear the Hellberg stat?
Maybe.
Hellberg has 3 career games played, started rather, 3 career wins, and all 3 with different teams, which makes no fucking sense.
Definitely no fucking sense.
One win with the Rangers, 1 win with the Wings, 1 win with the Sens. What? But nobody actually ever has trusted him to play, which is weird to me.
He had, I think, 33 or 36. He had around that range of saves last night. He didn't look bad. Like he looked really good. And like Forsberg's hurt, but he'll be back on Thursday against Minnesota. But overall, I can't complain much. Like there's nothing to complain about.
It's a good thing.
And like yeah, I think that Jake Sanderson, I think he is averaging the most ice time per any Sens defenseman right now.
I didn't notice him that much, but I think that's kind of his game, right? I mean, he's consistent, and I think he's consistent, and he's like the few times I did notice him, it was just kind of like seamless transitions out of his own zone, which is exactly how he's advertised and exactly what he's supposed to do and exactly what he's done.
Yeah.
You know, he's your transition, he's your lockdown, and I think so far he's done that. I believe he plays power play 2, right?
He does. He's power play 2. Yeah, he's second defense, first place on the second power play. But yeah, it's weird. Our power play, we have Tyler Mott on our power play, and that really does. I'm like, why is he there? Why is he?
Hey man, Tyler Mott, like but he just might. He just might be that guy. He might be him.
Like, I have the half package of 2 buddies. We're like, why is Tyler Mott there? Like, what is this, DJ? What's going on? Like, what are you doing? But yeah, not much to complain about. I think the quality wins against Boston, and Boston, it was a shit show. I will agree though. But the win against Dallas. Yeah,
it's a 4-2 win in a game where you're down both your starting goaltenders otherwise. So to win that game is a pretty decent statement.
The comeback win, we were down 2-0 to Washington, then we won 5-2. I think these are like their wins against like good potentially playoff teams that you can say, hey, that's a step in the right direction, rather than like Arizona. Like if we lost Arizona, I would have been like on here like this every year. This happens, but
I mean, it's not good wins to potential playoff teams. It's wins against the best teams in the NHL right now. The 2 best teams in the NHL, other than Vegas now with their win last night. But you guys kind of haven't played Vegas, so that doesn't really work. No, I mean you beat the head of the Atlantic right now, who all things considered, I don't think any of us expected Boston to even be this fucking good, but you handed them their only L, which is great. And the Stars you handed that was
first L in
regulation too, so their first regulation L, so you ended that too. I don't. Yeah, I mean I think everything about the Sens points to, hey, they might be good.
Yeah, they might just be the real deal. This is before Cam Talbot even comes back too. Was a projected starter heading into the year.
Exactly.
Like,
everyone says that, but I say Forsberg is still always gonna be the starter. That might just be me though, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll depend. I mean, you go into the series of the Red Wings and you think, no matter what, Ville Husso is probably gonna end up being the starter, but it's all, you'll see. You'll see.
Yeah. Anything to complain about with our teams?
Kind of the only complaint I have with Red Wings is just leaning back to some of these games is like consistency. Like the first period against the Habs game 1, we had 25 shots, which is obviously not sustainable, but then like we really dropped. And that, we still won that game 3-0. I'm not gonna complain. Game 2 was what? Jersey, we beat them. No complaints there. Then was LA. So we weren't really good against LA. Like we were sloppy. We had a lot of goals go off us. Not that cool. Chicago, first period was okay, and then everything else we fucking stunk. Second,
Oh,
third period, we stunk.
that Chicago game, like
That was
the
bad.
game that we've mentioned is not going on right now against New Jersey. That Chicago game, I think, hurt way more than this game.
Yeah, I would
has.
agree.
Like that game it just stunk.
Yeah, it was like you had a hold over Chicago. I think we had a
3-1 lead.
1 lead, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we blew it, and I was like, man, yeah. And then Ducks, the other night, we dominated.
Yeah.
All things considered, we outshot them by I think about 10. We won 5-1. They really didn't have much sustained pressure. Zegers had the only goal off of really a shit play. We led the play basically every period. And then, we go in tonight, and now it's 4-2 right now. And it's just consistency is I think the last stride of thing, and that'll also come with us being healthy and kind of really honing on the starter goaltender. While I don't think this is necessarily Nedeljkovic's fault tonight, because there's 34 shots on goal and one of them was a power play and then a shorthanded that came off a 2-on-1. I don't blame 2-on-1s and power play goals on goaltenders ever, unless it's like, holy fuck, what was that? But that's my only complaint. But they're on the cusp of something great, I think.
It feels like, because we said Detroit's probably going to start off slow because of the amount of changes we've made in the team, like so many new players.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that a couple times.
I think we have 6 new players, 7 new players.
If this is us starting off slow, wait till they get rolling, right? Like that.
Yeah, I mean, once you get real consistency, and once you don't even have
your players back too.
Yeah,
Bertuzzi out. Who? Huge loss. Verona out. Huge loss.
Yeah.
Why'd you look confused there? Like you look flabbergasted.
Because I still have the Red Wings game on, and for whatever reason, Dougie Hamilton had a breakaway. He didn't even get a shot away on it, which is even worse. But yeah, James, what do you think? Anything you think you would complain about?
I'll be honest
about on the power play.
Other than time on the power play, last night I was like, because Norris got injured in the Arizona game, he re-aggravated his shoulder. I hope it's not long term. That's all I got to say about that. And I saw lines like Derek Brassard second line. What is this? 2017? Like I was so mad, and then he scored. But I don't really have much. I got nothing to complain about. Like I think goaltending looks sharp. Like Forsberg's been great. Regardless of what the advanced stats say, in net before the Boston games he only let up 1 against he let up 2 against Buffalo, 3 against Toronto, 2 against Washington, and 2 against Arizona, which one of them went off one of our guys. So I think he's played good, but I think just maybe the power play could be better on like I still think we have trouble generating clean open chances into the zone, which because when they go tape to tape, they're not smooth passes. They're always bouncing off sticks, going behind sticks. Like they just got to clean that up. And then once they clean that up, once Ricky gets going, I think this team could really do some damage.
Yeah, the one thing about the Sens that I've seen, and I made a joke about it the other night, is goddamn, do they always get hurt, man? How is fucking Norris is already hurt? You guys have another forward hurt, right? Or is it just your goaltenders?
Norris, goaltenders. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And we're
either way, 3 guys within that fast. It's not like Detroit's that far off anyways, but
we're 1 defensive injury away from a Nikita Zaitsev in the lineup, and that does not make me a happy camper, I'll tell you.
Nikita Zaitsev masterclass. It is coming soon.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think we should move on to some other teams, some teams that we're shocked by, and I'm gonna say this is right now. The Canucks fucking suck. What is that? I said they're going to be mid. This is worse. This is
We
so
were way
much
too
worse.
nice to them. We were
We were
I don't
We were
remember
way too kind.
exactly where I had them in my power rankings, but I don't think I would have ever expected them to be like this.
I remember I had them at 5. I had them at 5 in like the standings we did. Zach had them at 7. I know that, and everyone roasted Zach when I posted them. Like what? Like oh, he's wrong, and now they're all quiet. They don't want to speak.
I had them at 5. Wow, I had them at 5.
I'm a visionary.
No,
did
like the
have them
Canucks
at
fans
7.
talk so much. They talk so much big game heading into this season, and like I saw it where they'll be okay. They'll be competitive, but
Yeah.
like Thatcher Demko has looked bad, and JT Miller has, aside from last night, has looked not himself.
And
Yeah.
and the thing about the Canucks too is like it's not just like they're losing, right? You can lose and you can go, it's a really bad run, but these certain guys are looking good. There's some bright spots. Maybe we'll get it going eventually.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but you're 0-5 and 2.
And you're watching the games too, and you're just like, this team just ain't it. It's just not it.
And
Yeah.
the thing about the Canucks is, I remember my buddy Mike mentioned this, Michael Bartner, and he said the Canucks, you look at their like short-term future and their long-term future, the Canucks core is locked up. Like they're all locked up like long-term.
Other than Horvat, but yeah, you have Pedersen, Besser, Miller, Garland,
Hughes, Demko has 4 years left.
OEL.
Yeah, if like, and the thing about this, also remember that Vancouver like ownership will not let them rebuild. They will not let them rebuild. Which, and like, you're stuck with this, and you need. I think the Canucks will eventually figure it out and get back to some sort of competitiveness. But I don't. They're in a funk, and if they like make a panic move, then you might as well just call it the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do here, right? Because like, you can't start off 0-7-2 when you have the core you do. Like JT Miller just had an unreal year. You have 2 pretty solid defensemen. You have a lot of good forwards, but 0-5-2 is just, it's not acceptable.
0-7. They're.
This is not.
You gotta get one win, Like,
Yeah, you gotta squeeze one out there, right?
And the thing is, they're all choke jobs. All their losses have been choke jobs.
Wasn't the first 4 they had 2-goal leads at some point in each game?
I think against Columbus, I think one of them they had like Minnesota, they had a 3-goal lead and they blew it.
I think all of them they've had at least a 2-goal lead. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
And I know Jim Rutherford on Hockey Night in Canada, after the late game, they have something called After Hours, where they get like a player or a manager or coach come on with the media after the game. And Jim Rutherford, after that loss to Buffalo, came on, and I commend him for that, because a lot of them be like, "Fuck that, I ain't doing that shit," to answer fans' questions. And I think he did a good job. He mentioned that. He even said, "We're scared to win. We're scared to win. We do a panic move right now. There's no point."
Yeah, I mean, that's right for sure.
I don't want to throw it all on Thatcher Demko, but I'm going to throw it all on Thatcher Demko. Like, you need to be better.
Yeah, I mean, Thatcher Demko at every point in his career so far has had the ability to steal a game, right? He's been capable of stealing games, but he just hasn't. And I'm not gonna throw it all on Thatcher Demko like James is, but I think you need a lot more. I think you need a lot more from everybody. I think there's a ton of guys that you need to step up. I haven't heard Elias Pettersson's name since his rookie year, personally. I think he needs to do a lot more. He did have a good year last year.
He did.
But I haven't I don't know. I think there's just obviously something's wrong if you're 0-5-2. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know their exact statistics. I don't know if Bo Horvat decent? Yeah, he's been okay. I know JT Miller had a few goals last night. Brock Besser with 4 assists and no goals in 6 games isn't great. They just spent a ton of money on Ilya Mikheyev. 1 assist.
Ilya Mikheyev has been invisible. I watched the Canucks game last night after I came back, and like he looks invisible, almost like he was a Sheldon Keefe system player.
It's almost like you don't sign a player that Kyle Dubas is known for being willing to pay the good players didn't pay.
That's true.
That is true. Yeah.
It's almost like you probably shouldn't do that. I don't know.
That's why I didn't. I was flabbergasted about like right when McCabe hit the market, he was like, I'm looking for like 4.5 plus. I was like, huh?
It was like, I'm looking for a Ferrari, pal.
No, I remember when he said that, and I had all my Toronto fans, oh, it's going on. Like, don't, like, you should shut your fucking mouth. I don't want to pay that shit. But yeah, I think Vancouver will eventually find a way out of this. I don't think they're going to be in Bedard area. I think they're going to be like, I think they're still like maybe like a top 8, top 12 pick. I think they're in that range, but
yeah, I mean, again, your start is everything. It's going to be really fucking hard to recover from this. So I'm curious to see what happens. That's for sure.
I'm going to give you a fun fact. Connor Bedard is actually from North Vancouver. So narrative, the narrative would be bring
NHL
home.
No, but the only issue with like that narrative is that he's a future Red Wings legend.
If only.
That's not the only issue.
No, we don't want to be saying that anymore because we actually want to be decent.
Yeah, but like imagine.
So how come when we were bad, all the top picks were like not generational? I my only complaint about the rebuild. None of the drafts were generational, but we'll get into that in another episode.
That's true. I mean, who have we had? We have Hughes, Darlene, Heischer, Power,
Lafreniere.
Lafreniere would have been generational if he went to almost any other team that was in the lottery, but they had to give it to a fucking play-in team.
Man.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I think I got a noise complaint from my neighbors after that. They're like, what the fuck is that shit?
I was so mad, bro. I left a graduation party to watch that, and I was.
You watched it with us. It was.
Yeah, we popped on a big ass Zoom call for it. Me and the Wings chat, and we were just everybody just fuck this.
We all wanted to cry.
I watched with my brother, who's a Kings fan, and we had Ottawa 5th. I'm like, what the fuck? And then we're like, please not Ottawa, please Ottawa. Like I said, I want to be Detroit, and then I wouldn't mind 4-5, but like I'm like, if it's Detroit, I feel bad, but I kind of.
There were so many teams I was completely okay with it getting. Truthfully, like I was okay with us getting it. Obviously, you guys getting it. I think LA was right there. Obviously,
I think I would have been fine with LA getting it.
But no, it goes to a play-in team.
At least not the Pens. Was the only saving grace.
Oh no, the Leafs. If the Leafs got it, I would have lost my shit.
I think the Leafs, Pens, and Edmonton were all viable to get it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have little topics. We're just move on. I'm gonna move on to another team that we're shocked by their start, and we're gonna go with Philadelphia.
Not me.
Yeah, in the category that you thought they were probably going to be crying about their team, instead they're decent, man.
I have to say I'm the only one who didn't put them bottom in the division.
Which you also got roasted for.
Yeah, I know. It seems like my takes have lived up pretty well here.
Who did you put at the? Am I missing? I gotta pull these up.
I put the Isles at the
bottom. Oh yeah, that probably also got some hate. I was currently bottom of the division.
I wore this shirt just because we're talking about Philly.
Kinda hot. I love kinda hot.
He's playing out of his freaking mind.
He's back to what we thought Carter Hart was.
It's almost like Torch started yelling. He just yelled all the confidence back into him.
Because he wasn't Carter Hart. We were all like, man, he was so good. And then he just wasn't. And it made no sense. His like curve was like up. He's going up. He's becoming a better goalie. And then
yeah, no, he went from promising, then Martin Jones, and then he came, and then I think he's been the best goalie this year. I'll say it right now. Like so far, I think he's played for the team he's played out of his freaking mind.
I would agree. I don't really no goalie has really like stood out to me this year, other than Jake Ottinger. That's my bad. Jake Ottinger has been fucking insane. But yeah, Carter Hart's he'd probably be my 2.
I don't think the Flyers start is sustainable, but I am happy they got a good start though.
They deserve it.
They do.
Yeah, they deserve something here.
Yeah, that's like who they beat. They beat Florida. I'm pretty sure. Or no, they lost to Florida.
Let's go.
I know. Oh no, they beat the Lightning. Yeah.
who the Lightning are also pretty tough to start off the year. So they've beaten the Devils, the Canucks, the Lightning, lost to the Panthers, beat the Predators, lost to the Sharks. Yeah, I mean, they're beating good teams too. I mean, Preds are good, Lightning's good, Devils are for whatever reason now getting good after I've talked immense shit about them. That's normally how it goes, right?
Yeah, because you're dumb.
I'm cursed, is what I am.
Talk shit, the reverse happens.
Yeah. It's Murphy's Law.
Yeah, the Flyers, like I said, not sustainable, but it's glad to see they're up. I'm gonna go next to on a goaltending performance that I think a goaltending performance and a player who's playing, I think, really good hockey right now. And he plays for Vegas, and his name is Logan Thompson and Jack Eichel.
Both definitely
His
true.
name?
Yeah, Logan Thompson probably within the top 5 of goaltenders right now. I think
Yeah.
I just had his stats up. Yeah, he's posting a 931 in 5 games played. They're beating good teams too. Didn't they just beat somebody really good last night?
Who they beat last night? Oh, they beat not Winnipeg. No, they beat Winnipeg. But Winnipeg's been good to start off too. But
They beat Toronto.
They beat Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody kind of was like, I don't know what's going to go on with Vegas this year. And I loved the Bruce Cassidy pickup. I think that was the best thing for them. I definitely would sit here and say that DeBoer was a very big reason into what was wrong with them. If you watched their play style, I complained about their play style a lot last year. Just it was basically kind of like the Red Wings, and how I've complained about them is it was timid. It was jump and chase, wait for a mistake. It was Zach used passive. There it is. Is basically what it was, and it's not how really good teams play. I mean, you ever watch Colorado? They're fucking in your face like that every 2 seconds, right? That's how you should play good hockey. They're
playing with some moxie.
Yeah, exactly. If you're good, you play good, and you're gonna go fucking show them that, hey, I'm fucking better than you. I'm gonna come take this puck.
Eichel is the truth, bro.
Eichel is like number 1 on like everybody was totally out on him. Like the
Everyone
jury
was
was out
so-
on Jack Eichel.
For
Everyone
no
was like,
reason,
"Fuck
too.
him." I'll
No
never
reason.
understand it. It was like nobody liked Buffalo. Nobody cared when, Taylor Hall wanted to already get out of there after 1 season. Nobody cared that Evander Kane got out of there. Nobody cared about Ryan O'Reilly getting out of there. But then Eichel gets out of there because they won't let him get a surgery. And they're like, what the fuck is that? Fuck you, kid.
Yeah,
Like, why?
It was like so unnecessary. Eichel, like one of the most fun players to watch in the league.
Yeah,
And-
truthfully, a generational player, and everybody hated him. And I think he was reasonable.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. He's just really good. Like there's just.
Yeah, I mean,
He
you
went-
come. Sorry, go ahead.
he went second overall for a reason. Like,
Yeah, everybody was kind of writing him off, and if you look at redrafts, people are like, Eichel's like probably like 8 now. I'm like, I don't know why you think that. Like, I understand he didn't play, but like if you look at his career, I mean, he's like 30 points off of point per game, and he's always played for Buffalo. Like he's a generational player by all accounts.
He elevates his line mates. He's just such a good player. He's complete. He's just, I've loved Eichel for so long, and I'm so happy that he's finally getting his flowers from most NHL fans, because like he just wasn't for a whole year and a half. Everyone was like, yeah, Eichel's so good, we love him. Shoulder injury. Oh yeah, about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's weird how much Vegas has been written off. And hey, breaking news, they're 5-2. Beat the Kings, beat Blackhawks, beat the Kraken, lost to the Flames, beat the Jets, lost to the.
Shut out the Jets too.
No, they beat them 5-2.
Okay.
Lost to the Avs, beat the Knights, beat the Knights. Nice. Beat the Leafs, and they have the Sharks tonight at 10:30.
The Knights beat the Knights.
Nice.
Yeah, no, like I know you two were high on the Knights in our standings graph. I know I had them as a playoff team still, and I had them at 4. But yeah, Logan Thompson's really like he impressed me last season even, but like he's been out of his mind. Like you said, Eichel, like I knew Eichel was gonna bounce back. Like it was a clear obvious he was going to bounce back. But Marv from Home Alone's doing it. He's back out there making plays.
He is. He looks like Eichel, which is all I've ever wanted, really.
We're gonna go to our last team, who I swear this happens every year, but Buffalo's off to a hot start.
Yeah.
But it
That
feels
is
different
true.
this year,
That's a
though.
really good point, actually, because they always start off so fucking nasty.
Mhm.
And who knows, by next episode, we might be like, oh, Buffalo sucks.
The
Shocker.
reason I think it's different, and this is the only reason, is because Darlene has finally established itself.
Dude,
Darlene's woken up. He's
what
awake.
Kool-Aid did Rasmus Dahlin drink?
Pills.
Like, holy shit.
No, he's always had it. Like I
No.
was texting in a group chat this. Darlene was like, as a prospect, one of my favorite ever.
Mhm.
His agility was cracked. It was like he had 99 agility in shell. He could just swerve out of nowhere. It made no sense. Nobody understood it. Like he defied laws of physics, it seemed like. His edges were fantastic. Everything was good about him. And his mess start to the league. It wasn't bad. It was like he was a solid 40, 50 point defenseman. But now you're like, okay, that's why he went number 1 overall. Right? Like he's what, a goal per game as a defenseman?
Yeah, he has 5 goals in 5 games.
And he's got like 3 assists, right?
Yeah. They've beaten good teams. Like they beat Calgary, I'm pretty sure. They beat Calgary. Vancouver's not a good team, but we'll just put them in there anyway. They beat Calgary, they beat Vancouver, they beat Ottawa. They beat somebody else. Maybe Edmonton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Edmonton.
Yeah.
If
And they beat the Hurricanes. Oh, no, that was preseason. My bad.
If they continue to win, it's because Darlene has continued this ridiculous pace. I don't think he'll continue it at this extent. You're not going to get an 82 goal season from a defenseman. But
if you get an 82 goal season from a defense, give him the heart and the North. I don't care if they miss playoffs. Just give him everything. If you get an 82 goal,
I don't think you're gonna get that from him. But I think because of his clear, like he just found his where he should fit in the NHL. I think they're just gonna be a consistent good team. It kind of reminds me of Ottawa of old, where they had Erik Karlsson. Like I don't want to compare the two.
Those were the days. But yeah, like Darlene's comparison coming into the draft when he was drafted was Erik Karlsson.
Exactly. And that's what it reminds me of. We're like,
he does
Karlsson
like
is just
Erik
going to
Karlsson.
carry. He's just going to carry Ottawa, and he's going to try and get them to make the playoffs. And if they do, great. And they have other pieces around him, just like Ottawa did.
I just want to point out that Buffalo's doing all this with Craig Anderson as their starter.
That's what I was going to make.
It's literally Ottawa.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, I think one big thing about Buffalo is like, for people to say like they're probably going to be bad, I think that's completely warranted.
Yeah.
When you go into a year with a goaltending tandem of Craig Anderson and Eric Comrie, when like you look at every other
Everyone's
like
legend.
yeah, duh. But you look at every other like tandem or like look at every other team in the Atlantic, right? You guys just went out and got a goalie. We just went out and got a goalie.
Mhm.
One other team has Vasilevsky. Toronto completely changes their goalies. Boston has Olmark and Swayman, 2 pretty good guys.
Montreal's Jake
Florida
Allen.
elite tandem.
Jake Allen's not bad. Like Jake
No,
Allen's
Jake
pretty
Allen's
good.
not bad. And who am I missing?
Florida elite tandem.
Florida
Knight.
has Bobrovsky, who was unreal last year and who's been
Mhm.
pretty solid this year, and Spencer Knight. Like, I mean, none of these are bad tandems. And then you watch Buffalo walk in, and it's like that. You know that
I
meme where
got
like
Craig
the fucking
Anderson.
yeah, it's like that. It's the meme where it's like the bounty hunter walking in. It's like all these stacked ass goalies and the guy in the pink suit, and it's like Buffalo just what's up, motherfucker? Like every time they just like have these tandems, and I mean half of it's the tandems are working for whatever reason. Craig Anderson actually leads the NHL in save percentage with .97,
He's the GOAT.
which is should be
It's
illegal.
just like that.
Yeah. I mean, there was a meme when we lost Buffalo. Craig Anderson still sending teams even after he's gone. But, yeah, no, Craig Anderson. I love Craig Anderson. He's one of my favorite goalies. And but like it's like we said, they always start hot, but I think it's different this year. Like they beat good teams. They're not like
They don't feel fraudulent. They feel different.
Yeah, they feel like a good team.
Yeah.
And it's impressive too, because like my number one thing heading into this year, and I thought a big decider within how their season would go was I didn't think Tage Thompson could repeat what he did last year, and
I
by
think
all
it's
accounts,
good.
he has not though. He has not been that good this year. He has 1 goal, 2 assists in 5 games, which don't get me wrong, that's not some terrible stat line.
I saw him play one game. I want to retract my statement.
he has. It's not a bad stat line, but from your 38 goals in 78 games last year, you expect more.
I thought
But
he was going to be a 40-goal scorer, James.
that was one
I
of your
said they were
predictions,
bold. I
wasn't
didn't
it?
say they were right. I think we're good to go into power rankings and just.
Oh, great. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
put it into. I have it in a slideshow, so I want to put it into slideshow mode. So
Oh, no, that'd be even more painful.
here we go, slideshow. If you guys could just wait, see if
I
can
was told before the episode that I got to really watch out for these. So we're going through this together. Guys. All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Why would
If
you do
if
that?
you guys could just like look away from the screen until I tell you, just so I can put in because I can't put in the
Oh, yeah,
slideshow
I got
mode.
you. I got you.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you when.
Mhm.
All right, put into slideshow mode. It's loading. Okay, you can open your eyes now. It was last minute, so I want to just take it all in. I want to hear thoughts from Luke first. I'll be honest with you.
I'm looking at Zach's. Zach, what the
Hey.
fuck is happening here?
It's
Did you throw darts at a board?
I'm gonna have us read all of our power rankings just in order so that the listeners can actually know what we're looking at.
Right. Sorry,
So-
Spotify.
So these are we put the top 10 teams we thought played like how we see it. We'll just put them out there. I have Pittsburgh at 1, Boston, Dallas, Vegas, Carolina, Buffalo, Calgary, Detroit, Ottawa, Philadelphia.
Oh, doesn't even have Vegas on his. All right, sorry.
I might have forgotten about Vegas, actually. I think I
All right,
did.
my list is Pens 1, then Dallas, Boston, Buffalo, Panthers, Flames, Golden Knights, Blues, Flyers, Red Wings. James,
My-
how did you leave out the Panthers too?
I
My-
watched some of their games. I haven't liked how they've been playing.
Mine is probably the best, clearly.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even think it's particularly close. I think you guys have missed on a few teams, especially the ones who have started really strongly.
Yeah, the ones that are good. Yeah, we've missed on them. Yeah.
I
Go
went
on.
with Calgary, Pens, Florida, Boston, Carolina, Colorado started out on fire, might I add. Dallas, St. Louis, the Wings, and Toronto, whose goaltending has been superb.
Okay. I'm just gonna start out this. When I did this, I had me and Luke like, you know what? That seems pretty like similar. And then I had to use Zach like what I had to go on my phone and look up new teams pictures to put into this. And like
I feel like Colorado should have been on you guys' list, though. At least I feel like that was a pretty
I mean,
obviousness.
like you won the cup last year. This is a new year.
No, but they're second in the West.
That's
in the
true. We
Central.
made these yesterday.
We did.
So I think I would maybe have changed them right now to have put Colorado above like the Blues or something like that, or
That's
above
what
the
I
Wings.
thought.
But
Mhm.
that
I'm a visionary.
I don't understand. Like, you don't have the Golden Knights on here.
No, I
who
forgot about the
actually
Golden
have
Knights.
the
I'll
most
admit.
points in
I
the
forgot
fucking
about that.
NHL.
I forgot about the Golden Knights. I forgot.
And you have Dallas at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Like, what's up with that? What's going on there?
You know,
They have probably the hottest goaltender in the NHL. You have them at 7. You also don't have Buffalo, who we've been hyping up all episode.
yeah, I've been hyping up Darlene. I haven't really been hyping up Buffalo for a reason.
I'll give you that, but they're also 4-1. They're power rankings, Zachary. You have the Maple Leafs on here, and they're not even top 5 in the Atlantic.
That is a good point.
No, but the Leafs are coming up.
Yeah. Coming up. Yeah, bro.
They're coming up. Trust me.
I mean, I think having Toronto on this list should just negate you from the podcast. I'll be really serious right now. But like,
the Leafs have played tough games, though. Their opponents have been like really tough.
yes, because Arizona is such a tough opponent.
Yeah,
No,
that was-
I'm not
I had to
including
say it.
Arizona.
I had to say it. You haven't beat Arizona at home since 2002, since I was 4 years old.
That isn't actually an insane statistic, by the way. How do you not able to do that?
There was a funny thing on Twitter where the last time the Leafs the first time the Leafs lost to Arizona at home when it started was like someday in 2002, and that was Matthew Nyes, their top prospect's birthday. And then all Leafs were like, oh yeah, you gotta trade him, it's his fucking fault. Like, dude. Yeah, no, like I didn't have Florida in here because I know they have a good record. I don't like how they've been playing. Like, you beat Philadelphia and you beat Vancouver. Like, I'm not too impressed. I'm sorry.
I think my one miss is I totally forgot about Carolina, but it's so hard to make power rankings when some games at this point, the Blues had played 3 games, and I think
Why did you
the
not
Golden
get
Knights
shit
had
for
played
not
6.
including Carolina?
I did miss Carolina. I'm the first one to say it, bro. I'll always tell you when I'm wrong.
Yeah, because I couldn't pay attention to anyone else's power rankings.
You're fucking googly eyes at your own, like, oh.
Here's the thing. I love Calgary, Zach, but at 1, like...
I believe in Calgary. I think
they has Calgary at 1.
Calgary has started off 4-1, man. They've been good.
We almost had a consensus number 1.
I don't understand your disgruntlement because it's not like the fucking. I don't get it. Boston's 6-1. The Pens are 4-1. The Hurricanes are 4-1. I don't think the Flames have played better than Boston. The Pens have a worse record
than Calgary right now in win percentage. They do. That's a fact.
These were made yesterday before the Pens had a regulation loss.
Don't care. I'm a visionary.
That's not how that works.
And I'll be honest, I totally forgot St. Louis. I'm not going to lie to you. I totally forgot about St. Louis.
St. Louis was hard to judge. I put them on there because I do think their play had been overlying well going into it, but they'd also played 3 games.
They played 3 games.
Yeah, 3 games, 3 wins. You kind of
that's such a small sample size, man. That's why St. Louis was so low for me. If they played like 2 more games,
like that's one reason I remember going like, oh shit, St. Louis, like they will play like 2 games. Like, it's not really fair to judge.
Yeah, exactly.
I put Ottawa in here because goals over your feelings. Like, that's really the only reason.
I don't think you're wrong at all to put Ottawa in here. I think that's fine. Standings at the start of the year are pretty rudimentary. It's really hard to just say these are the power rankings, right?
They're going to fluctuate a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if next week that I have half these teams in it, right?
I think most of these teams will still be in it for me.
I don't think I'll still have the Flyers. The Red Wings could probably drop. I don't know about Buffalo, Florida. There's a ton of stuff that could change.
You aren't a visionary.
We could have a whole new top 10 next week.
Being
a visionary is irrelevant within power rankings.
That's the issue, yes. And right now, based on
you are saying power rankings for October 25th, the Panthers are not better than the fucking Bruins. They're not.
They are.
They're not.
I'm gonna try and do this because I know in my power rankings I have on my TikTok page are very like basically if you lose every game this week, you're last. Like I don't care. So I'm gonna try and do this differently where it's actionable, it's by standings and not standings in play and not by you lost every game this week. You suck.
You have to factor it in because power rankings are tough when the NHL does them because Philly will go and win a week and then they'll be they're the 5th best team right now. And it's okay, but they're 31st in the NHL. So what do you mean? That's not exactly the best example because Philly's doing good right now, but you know what I mean? That did happen last year.
It's if Vancouver all of a sudden won 2 games in their week.
If Vancouver wins all their games this week, the NHL would put power rankings where they're 6, and it's man, not how that works.
They aren't good.
I think if Arizona's undefeated, they'd be they're great, but they're still Arizona. They're 15. That'd be the NHL's version of power ranking. I mean,
basically.
No, Arizona would be at 1 because they'd be come on, people in Arizona, go to their games, please.
Gary's fucking post it.
Yeah, but no, I think these power rankings are decent. I think
especially mine.
Decent. Yeah, we'll go with decent. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, we have a consensus. We have a consensus number 1 in Pittsburgh. We can agree on it.
Do we have a consensus 1? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a consensus, Zach. It's when the majority agrees.
No, it's not unanimous.
No, that's actually fucking not. Fuck.
It's not.
It's the majority agrees though.
Majority
It's not
agrees.
unanimous.
Yeah, the
That's what I
consensus would be
know.
if we all.
I
three
really
agree.
think I'm really way too pressed at Zach having Dallas at 7. I can't talk, and that's how mad I am at it.
They're worse than Colorado. I can't put them above Colorado.
Vegas has the most points in the NHL, and
Look,
he doesn't even have them in
you
the
put in
top
Toronto.
10.
I forgot Vegas. I admitted that. I
You
admitted
put in
that. I said
Toronto,
it
but not
didn't
Vegas.
seem-
Like that pains me. I'm
But
sorry.
you're a visionary, I thought. You're a visionary.
No, I missaw that. But I see all. But that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. But that one.
I'm always surprised Luke has Vegas not as high.
I think you think I'm more biased than I am.
No, like I'm surprised you like. I thought Vegas should be like at least number 5 for you. Because I
They've
think
played so many games, and some of their games have been against decently bad teams. So that's my only conundrum with them.
Yeah, like I think we have a decent into this top. Sorry, majority rules top 3.
So basically, our
I
top
think my
3
top three
matters.
pretty good.
Zach's is irrelevant.
I think my top 3 pretty good, actually. I have the Pens in there, and I see they're in your top 3 too. So
You have Rudolph Balkers over David Krejci. I don't know what we can do to fix that. Oh, I know. I can just fix that right now. Oh, because I am in. Oh, fuck. I'm not. Actually, wait. I am.
yeah,
in.
that's what I thought, Jay.
I am in
Shit.
slides. I can fix it if I want to. All right. That's enough of power. This is gonna be our annual power. This will be weekly or every 2 weeks. I think we're gonna go every week though. I think that might be best. What is it be
We'll do power rankings. Yeah.
Yeah. What if be
That's
yelling at
the
each
game
other?
plan, right?
What if
Yeah.
be yelling? All right.
No, but I didn't deserve the yelling.
On the contrary, you're the best team currently in the NHL, not in your
No,
power
no.
rankings.
Good
No,
Dallas
I-
at 7 as well.
Because
I
you
was
say
I
that
was
you didn't see
No, I was
that doesn't make
honoring
it
past
better.
Co-host member Riley Stanton. I was honoring him. Can you blame me?
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, now we're gonna get a lawsuit. Players that any players we want to talk about that have surprised us.
Well, the current leader in points in the NHL is Valerie Nichushkin.
Yes, I played Nutrition in Fantasy, and that was not.
I am
that was
aware
not-
he's good.
That was not a fun time.
Yeah, that would be my biggest surprise as of now is that Valerie Nichushkin has 7 goals and 5 assists, which is good for 12 points, which is tied for first in the NHL with Artemi Panarin.
My biggest surprise, and it probably shouldn't be a surprise, but it's not the player itself. It's that he just does not lose to Father Time, and it's Matt Zuccarello.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he's
saw
just never
his
gonna
stat
die.
line. I'm like, what the hell?
He's just never gonna die.
No, he doesn't.
he
He's a
just
minus
doesn't.
7 because they get scored 20 goals against, but he has
Yeah.
10 points.
He just is not going to die, and it makes no sense. He's 35. It feels like everyone's been going, okay, Matt Zuccarello, he's gonna die soon
Yeah, this is
forever.
the year
and
that
he
he's
just
gonna,
doesn't.
he's gonna slow down a little bit. And he goes, huh? Me?
You know who I am?
I
I'm a 5'8" dude
got
who
this.
relies on his speed. Like his game style is not made for an old person.
I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna say Brady Kachuk.
Oh,
That's fair.
I have
10
him in
points in 6
fantasy, but
games
still
from a
no
guy
take.
that I don't expect to score 10 points in 6 games, let alone maybe 16 games. Ivor?
Like he's just been it feels different with him. Like his
shot looks a lot better. and
It
I
does
think
look a
that's
lot
the
better.
biggest
That's the
thing is
one thing.
His shot's
Yeah.
always been pretty weak, but I like I said, I watched the Boston game in like the first goal. He just boom, fucking beautiful play. I think by Batherson it was, and just rips it right in. His shot looks way better.
Yeah. Other players that surprised me to say Martin Nietzsche's looks good for Carolina, and Dominic Kubalik for the Rays.
Yeah, we'll be a homer a little bit. Kubalik up to where
I
was
think
it?
it's 8 points, or is it?
He is after tonight. He has 10 points in 6 games.
Wow.
And he's on a tear, man. They
Yeah, he's
better
on a
not
tear.
take him off that line after people come back. Like
Yeah, he's been
he's
fantastic.
earned that spot. He's earned it.
Yeah, those some of the.
Gabe Velarde's another guy.
Yeah, there's
Windsor
other guys that
Spitfires
have
legend.
been pretty fast. Obviously, we've already mentioned Darlene. Batherson has a good start going along with, the rest of the Ottawa guys. Jesper Bratt, I think now has 11 points in 7 games, so that would make
and
him
he's on
tied for a
fire
second.
too. He's gotten them all in like the last.
I just received a
6 games.
text saying Brat was the 6th round pick because I was chirping New Jersey today.
No, and
That's
he's
good.
got like I said, he's got them all in like the last 6 games.
Yeah, he's
He's
been electric right now.
Stuart Skinner's been good for Edmonton because Jack Campbell has been inconsistent.
Wow, who could have seen that one coming? Yeah, we didn't really touch on goaltenders right there, but obviously you can't.
Wait,
There ain't no
telling me-
way. I'm sorry. Alex Stalock has a 938. I'm sorry.
Goaltenders are
I'm
really weird
sorry.
this year.
You're telling me that a goalie who was on a stacked Leafs team and was a career backup prior to going to it isn't playing good?
What? The top 10 on goalies in save percentage right now, if you told me just even, I don't know, last week, it would have
Greg
been this.
Anderson would have
Do
been
you
my
wanna hear
first
it?
guess.
So number one is, number
told.
1, Craig Anderson, right. Number 1 is Craig Anderson,
Yeah.
Jake
obviously.
Ottinger, Carter Hart, Stuart Skinner, Jordan Binnington, Ville Husso, Alex Stalock,
Okay, the fucking
Aiden Hill, James
It
Reimer,
just gets worse
and
and
Ilya
worse.
Samsonov. There is 1.5 elite goalies within the top 10 of save percentages
You
right now.
missed out a guy at 13 too who would have been another shot.
Like,
Wow.
and then it goes Logan Thompson, Eric Comrie, and then the next guy that you would consider an elite goaltender is at 13 and Connor Hellebuck. What is, I mean, where are the good goalies? Fucking Linus Ullmark, Tristan
Hey,
Jarry,
Tony.
Casey DeSmith, and then you
Charlie
have at 17
Lindgren.
is Andre Vasilevsky.
Charlie Lindgren and Andre
What am I looking at?
This is what happens when we go 6 games and then look at stats. Like it's safe to
Am
like,
Igor Shesterkin is at 32. He's below Scott Wedgwood, Daniil Tarasov, and Sam Montembeault.
that's bad. That's
No, Tarasov was like
that's horrible. Actually, what the
Tarasov
hell?
had been highly touted for a while.
This is the reigning Vezina champion. What
Yeah.
do you mean? This is the reigning.
No, but Tarasov is clearly
He's better.
The
He's way
stats
better.
Don't lie. Ball
I don't
don't
lie, man.
lie.
Ball don't lie.
I do want to mention. I think it was a couple days ago. I don't think it's true now. I just want to double check real quick. Yeah, it's not true anymore. But like before tonight, every team in the Atlantic Division was 500 or over. There was no team under until Montreal blew it tonight.
That is true.
Because like you look at, this Montreal, you're just tank and we'll be on your way. We got Tampa at 500. We have the Leafs at 571. The Wings at 667, as with Ottawa. Buffalo is 800. Florida at 750. Yet they have more points. That doesn't make much sense. And then Boston at 857. And they all have positive. Oh wait, sorry, except for Montreal, and Tampa actually the negative goal differential
Tampa
as well. But yeah,
There's a
no
plus
team.
11 goal differential. Why? That's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, there's much
Been
more.
a weird year.
It's been a weird year so far. Like, it's been a weird like week and a half. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you expect this. It's the start of the season. It's a long season. 82 games for a reason. A lot of this will get sorted out probably by the next time we have one of these episodes. So
yeah. I mean, and here's here's our fun stat to end the night. Mark Kastelik, actually, Mark Kastelik leads the league in faceoff percentage.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Sens' 4th line center.
I still don't know who that is.
That's my favorite player, Luke. Don't
And-
disrespect
Yeah.
Mark. What was his last name again? James?
Remind me.
Mark Kastelik.
Oh, Kastelik. Yeah, don't disrespect my favorite player.
Nick Suzuki is actually 7th right now out of active players in Ironman streak. He's 7th on that list.
That's crazy. That's actually an insane stat.
What?
Yeah, he's
Do not know
number
that.
7.
So games played in a row.
Nick Suzuki.
Yeah, he's number 7.
He's like 23.
I know. He's
He's a kid.
I think I have let's see if I have the graph. Is it right here?
I heard one tonight that was Phil Kessel's. I think tonight he tied or did something close to Keith Yandle's streak. And next closest is Brent Burns, who is 300 games away.
Wait, I think I got it
That's
here.
pretty
Knicks-
nuts too.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, I got it right here.
So has he not missed a game?
This is the Iron Man streak. Board. Kessel at 989. This is before tonight, by the way. Burns at 685. Goudreau at 301. Ryan Suter at 295. Rasmus Anderson at 277. David Kampf at 215. Nick Suzuki at 215.
Huh.
And there's
That's
free straight.
so weird.
And there's free straight Calgary Flames.
That's a stat.
That's
Nick
I know. I found
Suzuki
that. I'm like, you know what? I'm
at
putting that
seven.
at their ending. Right there.
It is really hard to stay healthy in the NHL, so I get it. But like, he's 23.
I'm befuddled right now. That's a stat.
Phil Kessel's Ironman streak started in 2009.
Damn.
That's insanity.
Suzuki wasn't even
wasn't
over
even
form
high
then.
school yet. Damn.
Yeah.
That makes you so old.
Suzuki would have been in 9th grade probably.
So you would have been like 10 years old.
Yeah,
He would have been 9 years old.
Yeah.
9 or 10 years old at that time.
that's
That's nuts.
That's
All
actually,
right.
that's actually freaking crazy. Yeah, we can't wait to talk more hockey and like do more hockey stuff on here.
Hockey talk.
I'm
Okay.
sure as the season goes on, we'll have like more segments,
Okay.
more fun stuff to come, and more yelling for sure. I can guarantee you there will be one. Someone will get yelled at every episode. That's the Leblock James guarantee.
No,
That
not
is
me.
true.
I don't get yelled at.
And
On the
I
contrary.
don't make it against you, Jack. I will guarantee you get yelled at every damn episode. I will put it.
Do it, James. Do it.
Literally
I mean, like, keep that shit on the
in
power
our
rankings
new.
just in
We are
spite of
taking
you.
applications. If you want to just make consistent dumbass takes so we can yell at you, let us know.
I actually do have a slideshow there. We can just do that next episode for a YouTube video. But anyway, sayonara. We'll see you next time.
Adios.